Let's go back to the wild west of the internet and mobile technologies, the early 2000s. Humanity was learning how to use the internet, but it was a free-for-all. Want a song? Any song? Download it with Napster, burn a CD, pump it in your 3-disc changer. Make a website? Add as many GIFs as you want to spice things up. Mobile technology was in much the same state of mind. Invent a new product? Create a new standard and a new way to charge it. Acquire a new cable and charger for the device, often sold separately. But eventually, in any Wild West, the lawmen come to instill law and order. In this case, the lawmen were the government. Napster shut down. So what about these mobile device manufacturers? The EU noticed the problem with so many competing cables. There were over 30 different competing standards. They estimated that chargers accounted for 51,000 tons of waste per year. In 2009, big tech companies including Apple, Nokia, and Samsung agreed to use chargers compatible with the micro USB standard. Cue record scratch. What? Apple and micro USB? Design of Things 5. Standard cables. In 2012, 3 years after the aforementioned agreement, Apple released the Lightning standard. What? A new cable standard? Turns out Apple found a loophole. If they offered a micro USB adapter for sale, they could get away with it. In their defense, they argued that the EU was restricting the advancement of technology. And maybe they were right. So why did Apple feel the need to invent their own standard? And was it really an innovation of the technology? Actually, there are 3 distinct functional reasons for what they did. 1. Power delivery. Apple's new Lightning cable could deliver 12 watts of power, while micro USB topped at 9 watts. 2. Reversibility and durability. Micro USB is keyed and fits around a small connector. This small connector is notorious for breaking and is difficult to insert in the correct way. The reversibility of the Lightning cable made it more durable and made functionality better for users. However, as many can attest, Apple's cables themselves are flimsy and prone to an early demise. Regardless of this, design of the socket itself was more likely to hold up. And the third reason, the Authentication Chip. This chip meant the charger needed approval to work with the device, ensuring quality and a good experience for the customer, while also ensuring that Apple could basically monopolize the sale of adapters, which they could charge a premium for. Third-party manufacturers could get into the market, but needed the chip, so not many officially did. A new USB standard would soon come out, USB-C, providing higher power output and magnitudes faster transfer speed. Additionally, this new connector was reversible, solving one of the primary issues with micro USB. Surprisingly, Apple was one of the first companies to jump on board with this new standard, releasing the 2015 MacBook, one of the first commercial products using USB-C. But Apple only had and still has one foot on the boat. iPhones still charge by Lightning, though the rest of their portfolio, including iPads, are now adopting USB-C. Though manufacturers around the world are using USB-C, the transition is not without problems. Remember the rationale for the Authentication Chip? To ensure that customers got a good experience? While there were standards for USB-C, not all manufacturers reached the standards, so there were many problems. One high-profile example is the Nintendo Switch dock. The USB-C port differs slightly from the standard spec. When companies tried to make their own dock replacements for the Switch, many ended up damaging or breaking the Nintendo Switch. Problems aside, making the U and USB actually mean universal is a great step. With concerted effort, manufacturers can now focus on making great USB cables. The design of a great cable mirrors Apple's 3 reasons. 1, it needs to have great function, fast power, and data speed delivery. 2nd, it needs to be durable. 3rd, it needs to be flexible in use, which is a universal design principle. Now, if we could only have a standard for dealing with the rat's nests of cables in our drawers. Well, maybe wireless is the solution, but that's another story for a future episode of Design of Things.